Good morning, Vivek.
Good morning, Nidhi ji.
Good morning, Ji. Good morning, everyone, and thank you for being here. We are going to start with our meditation session, followed by a short talk. Uh, so, in today's meditation, after the meditation, we are going to talk about forgiveness. It's a little, I would say, challenging topic, I think, for most of us, if not all of us. But we'll discuss and we'll see what we can do and how we can grow together in that session. So let's start with the meditation. I would request you to clasp your fingers, cross your legs, and close your eyes. If you are wearing specs, please remove them and close your eyes. Now start observing your breath. You don't need to take any deep breaths, long, deep breaths. You just have to observe your normal, natural breath. So observe your breath going in, coming out, going in, coming out. And whenever your mind wanders away, just bring it back to your breath. We will start the music now. Just observe your breath. Observe your breath going in, coming out. Normal breath. Deep breathing. If your mind is wandering away, gently bring it to your breath. Just notice your breath going in, coming out, going in, coming out. If you are getting distracted, come back to your breath. Normal, natural breath. Slowly rub your palms, put it on your eyes. Feel the energy and gently open your eyes. Come back. Thank you. Hope you had a wonderful meditation. And thank you for giving me the opportunity to be here today with you. So, today's topic is forgiveness. And in fact, tomorrow's topic is also forgiveness. Uh, Honestly speaking, please pardon me if you know, I will try to do my best, but it is a very, very tricky topic and something that I mean, I have improved over period, but I'm still struggling. So I'll try to share my learnings from my journey of understanding about forgiveness with you. And I'm hoping that there is some takeaway for you that you can take back and apply in your day to day life as well. Things. So, the very first thing, before we get into what is forgiveness and all that, I I really want you to think about where is the need that is coming for you to forgive. What is it that enables you that you have to forgive someone or forgive yourself? We and the two major topics or major things that are there where which creates a scenario which leads us to a situation where we have to forgive, that is hurt. Someone else has hurt us and we are not able to overcome that pain, and that is a place where we need to let it go. But it is not always others. It's not always others. It is sometimes the guilt within ourselves for some of the things that we may have done, that we have to forgive ourselves also. So that itself is going to be a very, there's a lot of things that we can talk about guilt as well. But I will keep the focus on forgiving others. Now, ask yourself, take maybe 2 3 minutes or few seconds to understand, why do you get hurt? Why, if your kid is shouting, you get hurt. If somebody does not do things the way you want, you get hurt. How can they do that to us? There are two primary reasons which I have found. Uh, you know, Everything else boils down to these two reasons, uh, at least for me. For you, it may be different, but for me, it boils down to I am hurt by somebody else's actions because I have expectations from them. I have certain expectations, or I compare their behavior with that of what I would do in that situation. So I compare them with myself. That is when I get hurt. Like sometime back, uh, you know, when my daughter had to go for her undergrad, she was deciding on the college and field and all. So she wanted to go into fashion design. Now we both are from engineering background, and somewhere that mindset is there that okay, you know this is a paying field. Fashion design is not so paying field. That mental block I had, not my husband, I had that. So I was trying to, you know, push her or maybe, kind of convince her to, okay, you want to go into design, go into UI UX design, don't go into fashion design. And then she blasted. She, blasted. And I had never seen her use, that strong voice before. And I was hurt. Why I was hurt? Because of my expectations from her that she should respect elders, she should talk politely, she should listen to me because I'm her mother. That's what leads to we getting that pain in our heart. And think of it, if we are not hurt, or we don't you know uh, we don't have those expectations from other people, really there is no need for forgiveness, right? I mean, if we start accepting people for the way they are and we understand them, we really do not need to forgive them because there's nothing, we have accepted them. The other thing that comes is comparison with self. I mean, very often I used to say, I wouldn't do that in such a scenario. I mean, how could we do that? I am his sister, and we are family. How could we do that? I wouldn't have done that even to my neighbor, and he is doing it to his own sister, right? So those thoughts come when we compare somebody else's action with that of how we think. We don't know because we are not in that situation, right? We think we will behave in this manner, and that leads to hurt. And when it comes to guilt, when we feel guilty, that's probably because we are more aware now, because we understand that, from where we were, and we understand that what we did was not the right thing to do. So we are more aware, and that is why we feel guilty. Now, when it comes to expectations, I'm going to go a little bit more detail on it. I'll try to keep it short, but when it comes to expectations, expectations are because we do not accept people for who they are or for what they want in their life. We want them to do what we want. We our expectations are because we have a belief that the things are going to be like this. This is how the things should be. That is what leads to expectations. Now we have to ask ourselves, can we let it go? Can we stop, being rigid as to this is the right way of doing things? And can we start accepting that there are more than one, or many more than one ways of achieving a same path? And can we accept people, for how they are? See, everybody is coming from their own journey. Lack of acceptance comes because we don't understand that we all have a path to follow. In fact, we all are, our end goal is same, knowing ourselves, be part of the divine. Our end goal is the same, but we all have, our own consciousness levels, our own journeys through which we do things. If someone has hurt me, maybe there are certain um, you know, certain past wounds, past experiences, past life conditioning, because of which they are behaving the way they are, right? So, understanding that our expectations from others are only because we are not willing to accept them. We are not willing to say, yes, they can have a different viewpoint. That is why we have these expectations. Now, when we start comparing with ourselves, why do we do that? I wouldn't do that in that scenario. I would never do that, something like that to others. Why? Because somewhere our ego comes into picture. We want to protect our identity. We believe that we are morally more superior than other. And we want to have a sense of control. That is why we compare ourselves with, our actions with that of other person's actions. And when it comes to guilt, it is primarily because we have grown. See, know that when you were a child, you have a different level of understanding. When you were a teenager, you had a different level of understanding. And as years added on in our lives, our awareness of the situations, our understanding of the situations, it increased. Our consciousness has increased, right? So we have grown spiritually. And when we have grown spiritually, we start understanding what was right, what is not right. But maybe at that point, that was the right thing for us. Maybe that point we did not know that what we are doing is probably not right. But what happens when we carry all these traits in ourselves? When we carry these traits, it is the emotional burden that we carry in our heart. We carry that pain in our heart. And what leads to, it impacts our health, our mental state, everything when you carry that emotional burden. See, slowly, today something happened and I did not let it go, right? Deep down in my heart, it pinched me and it is staying there. It's just staying there. And since I did not release, maybe few days later, something else happened. Small events, they kept on increasing and soon they have become big. Just like the sea in this picture, it is made of numerous water droplets. You feel water in this bottle. What how do you feel? It is, you know, drop by drop, drop by drop. If you leave the tap just little open, that only one drop coming at a time, it will still fill. The same way, if we do not let release the pain, that pain will start increasing. And when that pain starts increasing, slowly and slowly, it starts impacting our health, our physical health, our mental health, our emotional health. So I think we need to stop and start thinking about how to release that on a daily basis. And that is where meditation helps. Now, understand that. So, this is like, why there is a need for forgiveness, or what are the reasons behind where we have to forgive others or self. Okay, we are primarily talking about others. Now, understand what is forgiveness and what is not forgiveness. Forgiveness is choosing to let go of resentment, anger, or revenge. Yes, I am hurt, but I am letting it go. But that let go does not mean that you do not acknowledge what had happened. So forgiveness is not saying what happened was okay. No, it was not okay. I was hurt. I don't think that was the right thing to happen, or that was the right thing to say or do, whatever. But I am choosing my peace over other things. I am choosing that yes, this happened. I know it happened, but it is not going to define me. I am going to release that pain from myself. And that becomes easy if we start accepting others the way they are. I understand, accepting others is also not easy. But what I'm trying to say is if you start accepting others, forgiveness will become a natural thing. We feel that forgiveness, how can I forgive someone? How can I do that? I don't even know how to do that. There is only one thing: accept yourself, accept others. We all have our own drama through which we are coming and deciding to move forward with peace. And forgiveness is not saying what happened was okay. Forgiveness is not forgetting. Many people say that, oh, I will forget it, or I just want to forget this. But understand, when you forget, you may forget that incident. Maybe years have passed by. But if you have really forgotten, some trigger happens, you will remember it again. Why? Because it has gone in your subconscious mind. Because that pain is still there. Even though you on the surface level think that you have forgiven, you have forgotten, but that pain is still there. So you do not need to forget, you need to release it. And we'll talk about how to do that also later, maybe tomorrow. And forgetting is also problematic actually. See, if somebody has hurt you, you know the person does like that, and you try to forget things, maybe 2 years down the line, 5 years down the line, you again have to work with that person, and the person will again do the same thing to you. Do you want to forget? No. You want to learn the lesson and move forward. You want to know that, okay, there is this problem. I'm not going to be pulled into that drama, but I will move forward. And I will make sure that no one is able to hurt me again. And forgiveness is definitely not excusing bad behavior, not accepting that, okay, this person is like this only. No. Forgiveness does not mean that you keep excusing that bad behavior. And that is why it is also related to our yesterday's topic about disagreement. If you disagree, you need to voice it. If it is important for you, you need to voice it. Not shout, but firmly, politely, you need to tell that this is not acceptable. And forgiveness also does not mean if somebody comes and says, oh, I'm sorry, then you will start trusting them again. You know, they have this saying that, if you burn your fingers once, the next time you'll be more careful. And that is what we have to learn here. So, forgiveness is knowing that yes, it mattered, it hurt me, but it does not control me. I choose peace over bitterness. But I also want to ask you to think of that scenario and find out what is it that was hurting you. why it was hurting you. What are there any expectations that you are carrying from other person? What are those expectations? Are they genuine? In fact, why do you need to have expectations? No human being is perfect, right? Everyone have their own thought process, their own way of doing things. So can I not just accept that yes, this person has this, and I would really recommend you to do that. So how do we really accept? My voice is audible, right?
Yes, audible.
Okay. So how do we really accept people? Acceptance come from, knowing that uh, everyone has their own path, their own journey. See, I do not know if you believe in rebirth and all that. There are a lot of proofs of rebirth, which is there. If you search, you will get to know. But as our soul matures, it is not the events or experiences that are happening only in this lifetime. They're coming from several lifetimes, years and years, hundreds of years, millions of years. So we have, from our experiences, we have certain, you know, thought process or mindset that has got into our subconscious. And sometimes we behave according to that. And I am sure I would have hurt many people. I'm very sure I would have hurt, knowingly, unknowingly. But accept that, people have their own way of doing things, their own journey, their own pains that they have to overcome. And also know that, somewhere uh, they have flaws, and try to understand that they are also probably going through some pain. Maybe I don't understand that pain. Maybe they have their own things which are in their mind going on, because of which they are behaving the way they are. Does that mean we need to agree to everything they do? No, not really. We do not need to agree to everything that they do, because we have our own thought process, we have our own journey. But what we need to do, think of it. If we do not have to agree to what they do, then what is it that we need to do? We need to stop fighting the reality. We, this is a reality. This is their behavior. This is the way they do things. We have to stop fighting that. Because peace comes not from changing others. Instead, peace comes from releasing the expectations from others. Peace comes from knowing that, they are different, we are different. And I'm not talking from, the consciousness level that we all are one. I agree to that. But we all have our paths to know that we are one, right? So we need to stop arguing, and we need to start accepting. That is how you will forgive. Acknowledge the pain, know that we all have flaws, understand that maybe there are some emotional pain that they are also going through, or maybe it is a pain from past lifetime, and accept that yes, they are going through this, but it is easier said than done. If there are certain behaviors or situations which you cannot accept at all, which is completely against your value system, you do not want to do anything to do with that, have the courage to walk away. See, if you can, and I will tell you a real scenario here. One of my very close relations, the- his mindset, my mindset, his value system, my value system, completely different. He has done things which, came as a shock to me at initially. But slowly, over the years, I trained myself to accept him. Now, we work on lot of things, we are in relation, so we work on lot of things together. Since I have been able to accept certain areas, I still continue to, work with him in those areas. Certain areas, I have not been able to accept him. I feel that this is not right. And no matter what, I will not be able to release that behavior. So that means I have to remove myself from that emotional drama in those situations. And it is completely okay. So, with that thought, I'm going to leave you here. I want you to think about what, what is it that gives you pain, why it gives you pain, and can you release it? And even more difficult than releasing is to be able to bless them, to wish them good. So, tomorrow, what we are going to do after the meditation, maybe we'll continue for another 5-10 minutes, and we will practically try to release somebody. So, I would suggest that you think of one person in your life where acceptance is a problem. Think of them as why you are not able to accept them, what is the behavior, and we will try to release that pain after the meditation tomorrow. And I will also talk about how do you really know that you have forgiven someone. I can say that, oh, I have forgiven, but a trigger comes and I'm back to square one. So, how do you really know that you have forgiven someone? So, we'll talk about that tomorrow. Meanwhile, if there are any questions for today, uh, please ask. Anybody wants to share uh, something, please share. Thank you.
It was a really wonderful session. I loved it yesterday. Also, actually, my daughter leaves to school by this time. Yesterday, also, I was not able to listen properly, but I went and checked on YouTube and listen. It is a really a wonderful session. Within the given time frame, you guys are covering the important points, and it is so really, it's really very helpful. This forgiveness. What you were talking about means he was means in the earlier session also I have told with Padmaji and all. I means with only one person I was really struggling. They also helped me on your session. I'm waiting for tomorrow's session too. Tomorrow's session too. But I'm trying to get out of that this thing means I'm trying my level best to. No,
We are all trying, Chitra ji. I mean, it is not easy. And it takes sometimes years because it is so deep
but I don't want to
buried
take
inside.
years.
Yeah.
But I don't want to take years. Already I am 30 years I'm dealing with that. I don't want. I just want to get
Yeah.
out of it. Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
this
I
was
will
really,
tomorrow
really very good.
probably.
Thank you so much. And
Sure.
it's a request. I don't know whether it's okay with you. In case if you don't mind, can you please share the slides from your first class till the last class? Once you're done, whatever it is in the group or somewhere, so that just if I see that means it's like a flashcard, right? When sometimes if we go through some triggers, just if I see those flashcards and I remember all those points, maybe that will be helpful. If it is okay with you, please share this thing.
Okay, I will let Harika ji and Shirisha ji answer that question. So maybe they'll get back to you later.
Yeah. No problem. Just I asked in case if it is okay, you
Yeah.
can. That's not a problem. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
Nidhi ji,
Bye. Hanji.
thank you so much for your wonderful session. It was so beautiful. Yesterday's class also, I was mesmerized. I took screenshots from the slides without asking any permission. So I wanted to share one experience recently that I have um, went through this journey. So I came to meditation journey last year, June. Last year, August, somebody hurt me so much. Just their ego. Okay, to satisfy their ego, I had to convince, myself. So at that time, what I blame myself. I didn't forgive myself. I didn't respect myself. Uh, the moment I got hurt in my mind, I was thinking, okay, this was because of my past. I did something bad to her soul. That's the reason I got this today. I accepted that one. So once I accepted, the next thing, like, I deserve it. That's why that's why it came to me. I should deserve it. If I deserve it, okay, I will get peace. I was thinking like that. But what I did that night, I did meditation for 1 hour, and in my meditation, the first thing I said sorry to her. I did something bad to you, might be. That could be the reason it came to me this lifetime. So I said sorry and then love you, thank you. Because of you only, I learned lesson. Because initially I don't know if anything happens, keep happening to me. I don't know that that was my mirror, that was my reflection. I need to change my attitude and behavior. Otherwise, it keeps coming again and again in our lives. And then slowly I got to understand, okay, I have to change myself. Instead of thinking why this is happening again to me in my life, I started asking different question. Okay, what is the lesson this time I need to learn? Slowly, like initially I was in a student stage and then came to apprentice, and then now I'm thinking I'm in journeyman. So to come to master stage, I don't know this lifetime is sufficient or not, but every day. So the same again, somebody in January, not January, November, my close friend, which is close to my heart. So we got some gap. Okay, she misunderstood me because all of this journey, like suddenly I came to silent. So my behavior got changed. My old pattern was going away. So some change in myself she noticed, and she didn't like that I was doing meditation, I was together, and I was going somewhere, some trance is happening, I some what is that cult is happening. So because of her concern, she tried to convince me, don't do meditation, this is bad, you don't know what will happen, you have to leave your family, everybody. So she was saying, but I was simply listening. But at that time, I don't know, again, that was my mirror, I have to change myself. What I did, I was trying to suppress myself, suppress my feelings, emotions. Again, it triggered me in December. That time I understood, okay, I have to accept how they are. Then only I'll get peace. So after accepting all those things, now like I, instead of reacting, I'm choosing, I'm responding now. So I'm getting peace. I understood, okay, peace will come within us, not from others or not from outside. So I learned the lesson detachment from her. So because of attached love, I was trying to suppress all feelings, my emotions. Now with detached love, I found peace. I mean, pure and unconditional love. That's what I learned.
Right. Right. So actually, I wanted to talk about how to take the learnings from these situations. See, whatever these situations happens in our life, it's because we have to learn something and we have to grow. We'll see, maybe we'll talk about that. And I would just say that not every time, of course, they may be showing a mirror to you, but not every time if somebody is not agreeing to you, maybe their consciousness level is not at a stage where our consciousness level is right now, and which is perfectly fine. Which is perfectly, and you will see that, slowly people, uh, they may, who are not needed in your life, because they are, everybody comes in our life because we have to learn something from each other. And once we have learned that lesson, whether we continue or not continue, we that is because, you know, I continue because I want to continue. Because they're, I feel that they are important for me. But if most of the time, many times, if you, that lesson you have learned and you don't have any further connection with that person, maybe that person may walk away, and that is perfectly normal. There is nothing to worry about that also. Because we need to understand, we are here, from each other we are going to learn. That's all we are going to do.
Yeah, sure. Got it.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing, Hemlata ji. Okay. Anyone else?
And also, initially, I went to trauma for one day in August. In November, like just a few minutes, and later in December, few seconds. Now, really, I'm not at all feeling anything. Just I want to give pure and unconditional love. It doesn't matter whether they hurt me or not. That is, I mean, I want to give from the bottom of my heart.
Yes, love is the answer. Love and compassion is the answer to everything, actually.
Thank you
Okay.
so much, Nidhi.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. See you tomorrow.
Thank you, Nidhi. Beautiful session. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ji.
Thank you all.
Very nice day, Nidhi ji.
Tomorrow.
Thank you for the session.
Thank you, Padma ji.